Welcome to Spanish Fork 17. It is a windy day down here in St. George at the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open. We have this afternoon's game. It is the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles up against the Orem Tigers, the fourth game of the tournament here for Maple Mountain. Currently sitting at 3-3 on the season, 1-2 thus far down here in the tournament in St. George. Took the opening night loss to Desert Hills 5-2. Lost their game on Friday to Mountain Crest, that one 12-3. But we're able to come back and get a big victory this morning against the Cedar Reds, that game ending 14-4 off a complete game by Josh Crandall. The very solid all-round offensive effort for the Golden Eagles. Hoping to stay above 500 for the season and get to 500 here at this tournament. Going up against the Orem Tigers, who have had a nice showing here at the tournament as well. They were the morning game yesterday. We were able to catch the end part of their game against the Cedar Reds, and it was an absolute classic, as the Cedar Reds were down to their just needing one more out in the 7th inning, and Orem came ripping and roaring back and ended up winning the game 7-4. Ended up scoring 5 runs there in that 7th inning. So it was a lot of fun to watch, and it was a nice little warm-up for Maple Mountain's game that day. So it's been a lot of great baseball down here in St. George. There's also been a lot of great wind. We've been experiencing about 20 to 30 mile per hour winds basically all day today, and it is beating up on my face, that's for sure. And we apologize for obviously the disruptions in our audio from that, as you're probably hearing all sorts of fun things on the audio, and it also has been affecting our video feed as well, kind of seeing a little bit of shaking with our camera. So we're doing the best we can, folks, and we hope that you enjoy this afternoon's ball game, and we hope that you've enjoyed this tournament down here in St. George as much as we have, and we're excited to wrap this thing up and also ready for next weekend, where we will be back down here for the Red Rock Classic. The Spanish Fork Dons will be in that one being hosted at Dixie High School. We will get you those games on Friday and Saturday. But for today, we are going to be wrapping things up with Maple Mountain up against Orem. Again, Maple Mountain 3-3 on the season. Orem, according to Max Preps, is 2-0, but I know that there's games that have not been accounted for, one of them including one of the games here as part of this tournament against Mountain Crest. But it is what it is. Orem coming from Region 7, so neighbor region to Region 8 for the Golden Eagles, and we are underway here at Desert Hills High School. And that is going to be strike one to Cole Rollins. Rollins leading things off here for the Golden Eagles. After him, it will be Jackson Hollingshouse, followed by Josh Crandall. Rocket over to third base. Great play over there, sends it across the diamond. That will be out number 1. Solid play over there at third base by Cohen Strickland. Jackson Hollinghouse now up for the Golden Eagles. One of several Golden Eagles with a solid offensive day earlier today. Hollingshouse went 2 for 3 in that ball game and was also hit by a pitch. Hoping to keep the offense rolling again. Maple Mountain taking the first game earlier today this morning. 14-4 over the Cedar Reds. That's going to be ball 1 to Hollingshouse. Hollingshouse DHing today. And this one little bloop out to shallow outfield. It will be caught by the shortstop. And 2 quick outs here early for the Tigers. On the mound for Orem today is Clayton Burke. And working effectively so far through this first part of the Golden Eagles lineup. It is now Josh Crandall up for Maple Mountain. He takes that first pitch for a strike. Count now 1-1 after that pitch. Big swing and a miss there. Count moving to 1-2 after the swing and miss by Crandall. That one fouled away, so staying alive. Burke, according to Max Preps on the season, has 1 appearance, pitched 4 1/3 in that one, allowed 3 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and allowed a run. So certainly one of the better pitchers on this Tigers staff. So that one is taken inside. So the count now 2-2 to the slugging first baseman for the Golden Eagles. That one sent high up in the air, and it will be fouled away. Up next for the Golden Eagles would be Cooper Littledyke. 2 quick outs here for Burke and the Tigers. Josh Crandall up for the Golden Eagles here in the top of the first. Score still 0-0 here in this game 4 of the tournament. That one going to be fouled off the foot of Crandall. And some very impressive teams here as part of this tournament. The Orem Tigers, one of those really solid squads. Desert Hills, of course, the host for this tournament, has been very impressive in this one. Still undefeated. That a swing and a miss by Crandall. The tag will be applied, and that will end the top of the first. Golden Eagles will go down 1-2-3 here early. Brings us to the bottom half of the first inning. Gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. And for all that they do to make these broadcasts possible. That is Lance Wilson, State Farm, the Car Guys at the Blue Diamond Auto Group, MVP Sports, Triple T, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Two Jacks Pizza, the Driggs Mortgage Team, and Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, Attorneys at Law. On the mound today for the Golden Eagles is Mason Green. Green, a staple usually out in center field for the Golden Eagles when he is not pitching. Today gets the start here in the last game of the Desert Hills A-Truss Incorporated Open. Green so far on the season, very impressive in his 1 appearance. Pitched 3 innings, allowed 2 runs, none of them earned. He did strike out 4 as well, so a very solid opening appearance for Mason Green, hoping to build on that here in his 2nd trip to the bump this season. Impressive left-handed pitcher for Maple Mountain. Looking at the lineup here for the Orem Tigers, leading things off will be Luke Kimmel. He is out in right field for the Tigers. Batting second, Dane Hermanson. Batting third, Taylor Gill. Batting cleanup, Sawyer Slade. Batting fifth, Trey Wilson. Batting sixth, Cohen Strickland. Batting seventh, Hayden Hickson. Batting eighth, Caden Harding. And batting 9, Tanner Finch. And again, Clayton Burke on the mound for the Tigers. On defense for the Golden Eagles, Mason Green pitching today, Peyton Mooseman behind the dish catching, Josh Crandall at first, Toby Studdert at second, Zach Johnson at third, as that one is laced over the shortstop, and that is going to be bobbled. Be scored as a infield single there by Luke Kimmel. At short on the slight miscue there was Wally Averett. In the outfield, Benji Horsley in left, Cole Rollins in center field, and Cooper Littledyke out in right. Showing bunt, it gets away from Mooseman. And Kimmel will advance on the pass ball.
Let's go. Good job right here, Dave.
So 1-0 count to Dane Hermanson. Runner already in scoring position for the Tigers early in the bottom half of the first inning. Big swing and miss from the Tigers center fielder. Evens up the count at 1-1. Taylor Gill and Sawyer Slade due up next for the Tigers. Fouled away for strike 2. That one inside. Just a good job to duck away from that one. So count now 2-2 to Hermanson. This one sent out in towards right field. Giving chase is Little Duck. He will make the catch. They will make the throw over to third. He will be down and safe. So Kimmel advancing on the fly ball out to right field. That is the first out of the inning. We'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Taylor Gill, for the Orem Tigers. Sawyer Slade and Trey Wilson to follow for the Tigers. Again, Mason Green on the bump here today for the Golden Eagles. That one gonna just miss for ball 1. Big swing heading out towards that gap in right center. And that is going to be down for a stand-up double. Great piece of hitting there by Taylor Gill. Luke Kimmel scoring on the hit, so an RBI double for Taylor Gill, and this ball game opens up here as 1-0 here for Orem in the bottom of the first. Now up for the Tigers is Sawyer Slade. Takes that for ball 1. Tigers getting the early jump on the Golden Eagles here in the first inning as Slade fouls that one away. Great job there by Gill to drive the ball nice and hard the other way to that gap. Slade takes that one for strike 2. Green still in a good place here in this first inning. Just a strike away from only allowing 1 run here in the first. Keeping the Golden Eagles close. Here comes that 1-2. Little soft roller over to third. Johnson with the throw. It will be in time, much to the chagrin of the Tigers contingent that's right over by me. And that will be the end of the first inning. Orem able to get an RBI double from Taylor Gill to start the scoring. The score 1-0 as we head to the second inning, which we'll get to you when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. It is the second inning of this matchup between the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Orem Tigers as part of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open down here in windy St. George, Utah. We are on the campus of Desert Hills High School, and it has been an absolute blustery day here down in St. George. Winds right around 20 to 30 miles per hour basically throughout the day. It's been so windy that we had a shade thing set up for me so I wouldn't get burned, and we had to take the tarp down because it's just so freaking crazy. As that one is a rocket right into the Maple Mountain dugout. Count is 1-1 to Cooper Littledyke. It's okay, but I am soaking up the sun quite nicely, so I'm not too angry about it, as that one is going to be low for ball 2. So 2-1 count to the cleanup hitter for the Golden Eagles. Again, the score here 1-0, an RBI double in the bottom of the first inning by Taylor Gill to get things rolling for the Tigers. On the mound for the Tigers is Clayton Birkin. He went 1-2-3 in that first inning. High fly ball out to right field, giving chase and bringing it down for out number 1. So Littledyke flies out to right field to start things off here in the second inning for the Golden Eagles, as the wind once again is picking up massively. Now up for Maple Mountain is Zach Johnson, playing third base, and he will take strike 1. That one in there for strike 2, establishing the zone nice and early here against Johnson. Burke very much in control of this at bat. And Johnson sends it out into the outfield towards that gap, and it will be down, and extra bases for Zach Johnson. He will hold up at second base for the 1-out double here in the top half of the second inning. Great piece of hitting there by Zach Johnson. Finds that nice gap in between the center fielder and right fielder. And able to mosey himself on over to second base. So runner in scoring position here for Benji Horsley, the left fielder for the Golden Eagles, batting 6th in the lineup. Only 1 out here in the top half of the second inning. Horsley will take that for strike 1. Again, the score here 1-0. RBI double by Gill for the Orem Tigers. Evens up the count at 1-1. That one in the dirt. Oh, they are going to run him back. Nice job there by the defense to keep Johnson nice and close at second base. A little discussion, of course, with the catcher and shortstop, probably discussing some defensive things and making sure they know what signs are what and know when he might potentially be making a pickoff move over there to second base. There's a little bit of a lull here. Kind of go over what's going on in Region 8. Salem Hills sitting atop the standings along with Spanish Fork at 5-1 so far this season. Little soft dribbler towards second base. Horsley tries to beat it out. He will not be able to make it in time, but it does advance Zach Johnson over to third base. So a productive out nonetheless there by Horsley. Brings up Wally Averett now for Maple Mountain. Playing shortstop today. Got the start at short in the earlier game today as well for the Golden Eagles. Swings at that one for strike 1. Kind of got fooled on that pitch, it looks like. So 0-1 count to Averett. Jack Johnson sitting over there at third. Taken for strike 2. So Salem Hills, Spanish Fork at 5-1, Payson at 4-2, Park City at 5-3, Maple Mountain squad here sitting at 500. That one is just going to miss. They actually really wanted that call. Catcher was saying, hey, that's a good spot. So count 1 and 2 to Averett. And he gets a hold of that one out to right field. It is going to be a foul ball. So Averett staying alive with this 1-2 count. Wasatch sitting at 3 and 4 on the season. Springville 2 and 3, and Provo 2 and 5. Wasatch going on a nice 3-win streak. They were at 0 and 4 when I had last checked, and so 3 scores have come in, and all of them wins for Wasatch. So good on them, getting things rolling in their season. Count now 2 and 2 to Averett. That thing topped and sent foul beyond that third base line. So count still 2 and 2. Over in Region 7, Orem sitting at 2 and 0, Alta 3 and 2, Lehigh 2 and 2, Timpanogos 1 and 2, Mountain View 1 and 3, and 2 winless teams, Mountain Ridge at 0 and 3, and Timpview at 0 and 4. That one going to be just a bit low. The count is now full to Averett. This one, once again, out towards that right field area, and it will be caught. Another fly out to right field, and another quick inning there for Burke on the mound for the Tigers. Moves us over to the bottom half of the second inning. The score still 1-0. Able to threaten a little bit in that inning were the Golden Eagles, but they strand Zach Johnson there at third base. Gives us an opportunity here during this half-inning break to thank our fantastic sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17 that make these broadcasts available and viewable to you all, our lovely audience. That is the Driggs Mortgage Team, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Lance Wilson, State Farm, the Car Guys at the Blue Diamond Auto Group, MVP Sports, 2 Jack's Pizza, and Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, attorneys at law. So hoping for a quick inning here will be Mason Green, again allowing the RBI double in the first inning to Taylor Gill. Otherwise a solid inning for the left-handed pitcher for the Golden Eagles. Trey Wilson, Cohen Strickland, and Hayden Hickson due up here for the Orem Tigers. Numbers 5, 6, and 7 in the order. And it's been a really fun tournament down here. The Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open. That won a ball to Wilson. Some of the teams I've been really impressed with are, of course, the host team, the Desert Hills Thunder, who are undefeated throughout this tournament, but the other team that really stuck out to me was the Mountain Crest Mustangs, hailing from the Logan area, coming down for this tournament. They really laid a beat down on Maple Mountain in their second game here. That game ending 12-3. Maple Mountain able to stick pretty close in that one for a couple innings, and then in that third inning, Mountain Crest really started to get their offense rolling, and it just was non-stop from there at that point. So really, some really good competition that Maple Mountain has gotten to go to. As this thing is sent out towards right field. Play there for Little Dyke. He will make the catch, and that is out number 1 of the inning. Digging in now for the Tigers is Cohen Strickland, playing third today for the Tigers, and he will swing and miss that one for strike 1. Another swing and miss. early 0-2 hole now. Green doing a nice job of getting him to chase something a bit upstairs. Tries to go low on him that time. Does not bite. The count now 1-2. And there is strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Mason Green. Strickland goes down on strikes, and it now brings up Hayden Hickson, designated hitter for the Orem Tigers. That one going to be low for ball 1. And the only scoring in this game so far, an RBI double by Taylor Gill for the Orem Tigers. We're sitting at 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Now a 2-0 count to Hayden Hickson. Another one low in the zone. Nice patient approach here by Hickson as the count has moved to 3-0. Patient take there for strike 1. Still very ahead in this count at 3-1. 3-1 pitch from Green coming. And that will be the first walk of the game issued by Mason Green. Hickson a very disciplined at-bat. Now up for the Tigers is Caden Harding, catching today for the Tigers. That one low for ball 1. A nice effort there to try to frame that by Mooseman. No need to frame that one. That one was a beauty for strike 1. That one just missing. Count now 2-1 to Harding. That one very much upstairs. Count is now 3-1. Here comes Green with that 3-1 pitch. That's going to be the second walk of the game. Moves Hickson over to second base. So runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the second inning. Little encouragement from Mooseman over to his pitcher Green. Two walks and 2 hits allowed so far in the game by Mason Green. Digging in now is Tanner Finch, playing out in left for the Orem Tigers. He will take it for strike 1. Finch, the number 9 hitter in the lineup for the Tigers. Tries to spin in an off-speed pitch. It will just miss for ball 1. Top of the order would be due up again for the Tigers. That one strike 2. Would be Luke Kimmel should Tanner Finch reach base. That one will be outside. Count evens up at 2-2.
Next man up, baby. Next man up, baby. Let's go. Ready, Tanner?
Another one misses. Count is now full to Tanner Finch. A lot of pitches here early for Mason Green, really getting very deep into counts so far. A lot of 3-1, 3-2 counts early for the Tigers. And And that is going to be it as Tanner Finch goes down on strikes. Second strikeout of the day for Mason Green. Score still 1-0 after 2 innings. We'll get you the third inning when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson, and Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
I definitely recommend the Driggs team. They're amazing.
Hi, I'm Greg with the Driggs Mortgage team, where we believe there's no substitute for experience. Stop by our office today on Main Street and let us help you get into your brand new home.
Hi, welcome to Two Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17 on a blustery day here down in St. George. It is the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles up against the Orem Tigers as part of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open. Last ball game of the tournament for Maple Mountain, game number 4. Game number 3 for the Orem Tigers. They will be capping things off tonight against the host team Desert Hills immediately following this one. That one in there for a strike. Toby Studdert currently up for the Golden Eagles. The count is 1-2. It'll be Toby Studdert, Mason Green, then back to the top of the order with Cole Rollins here in the third inning for the Golden Eagles. The count is 2-2. The pitch upcoming from Clayton Burke will be in the dirt for ball 3, so a full count to the Golden Eagles' second baseman, batting 8th in the lineup today. He will take the walk. He will not take the walk. A rather silent third strike call by the umpire. It'll be the second strikeout of the game for Clayton Burke, and the first out of the top of the third. Brings up the opposing pitcher for the Golden Eagles, Mason Green. That one low for ball 1. That one taken upstairs, so ball 2. 2-0 count to Green. This one sent down that left field line potentially. It is caught by the shortstop. Nice play there out in shallow left field. So 2 quick outs once again for Clayton Burke, who has had a nice day on the mound thus far. 2 2/3, 2 strikeouts, and just the 1 hit allowed and 1 walk. Not 1 walk, my apologies. But it will bring up Cole Rollins here with 2 outs in the top half of the third. So he takes time out to get things settled in. Count is 1-0. Sent way up in the sky. Catcher gives chase until it is beyond his reach. So evened up count at 1-1. Rollins grounding out to third in his first at bat. Takes that one for strike 2. A busy day of baseball in general in the state of Utah. A lot of opening season tournaments happening. A few of them down here in St. George, a couple in some other areas of the state as well. Good time for these teams to get warmed up and ready for their respective region plays. That one going to be in the dirt. The count is 2-2 to Cole Rollins. That's what I thought. I thought that it was actually 3-2 at that point. So Cole Rollins will take the walk. Here I am trusting the scoreboard. I should trust myself. Silly me. So 2-out walk there by Cole Rollins will bring up Jackson Hollingshouse for the Golden Eagles. Again, Jackson DHing in this one. Generally is either playing shortstop, third base, or pitching for the Golden Eagles. So taking a break from the field in this one as he sends that over to short. They will make the play over at second base. And once again, a quick inning for Clayton Burke, who's been in cruise control here for the Orem Tigers. It moves us over to the bottom half of the third inning and gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17 for all that they do to make these broadcasts possible. That is McHale, Thompson, and Hunter, attorneys at law, 2 Jack's Pizza, MVP Sports, the car guys of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and the Driggs Mortgage Team. Golden Eagles really struggling to get any kind of rhythm going on offense against Clayton Burke, who has been very impressive in this one. 3 innings of work so far for the Orem Tigers pitcher. 2 strikeouts, only the 1 hit allowed, and a walk as well. Back on the mound for the Golden Eagles, Mason Green. Through 2 innings of work, he has allowed 2 hits, given up 2 walks, has struck out 2, and has allowed 1 run. Again, that coming on an RBI double by Taylor Gill, who is due up in this inning, along with the rest of the top of the order. It'll be Luke Kimball, Dane Hermanson, and Taylor Gill for the Orem Tigers. I'm going to miss upstairs for ball 1. So taking a quick look at all of 5A for Utah, there are still 3 undefeated teams as of now, according to Max Preps. Again, some of these don't have actually updated standings completely, as that thing is crushed out into the outfield. Giving chase is Little Dyke, and it will be down and extra bases for Luke Kimmel. They will hold him up at second base, so a leadoff double here in the bottom half of the third inning for Luke Kimmel. Gives that one an absolute ride out there to right field, as the wind is helping to carry that ball a little bit. A lot of balls are kind of being drug over towards that center field, right field area with the wind blowing as strong as it is. And Little Dyke just not able to fully track that one down. So a leadoff double for Luke Kimmel. And strike 1 thrown to Dane Hermanson. Hermanson 0 for 1 on the ball game. He flew out to, you guessed it, right field to start off things for him. He's going to lay down a bunt, and it is an absolute beauty. As Mason Green not really able to do anything with that. A perfectly placed bunt by Dane Hermanson. That was fundamental baseball 101 by Dane Hermanson. Just lays a beauty down the third base line. And yeah, Mason Green just had no chance to get anybody on that play. So runners on the corners here with no outs in the bottom of the third inning. The Tigers threatening once again. And the perfect guy up for this situation, Taylor Gill, who already has an RBI double in this ball game, hoping to put the Tigers back on the scoreboard here in the bottom half of the third. That will be in there for strike one. So as I was saying about 5A, according to Max Preps, Olympus, Skyline, and this Tigers team are still undefeated, and a couple of big-name one-loss teams in Salem Hills and Spanish Fork, along with Farmington. Brighton also sitting at 2-1. Murray at 4-2. Alta sitting at 3-2, and Park City at 5-3, kind of leading the list of top candidates so far in 5A here in Utah. The count is 2-1 to Taylor Gill. Excited to see where this Maple Mountain team will end up slotting in this season. That a rocket right down the first base line by Taylor Gill, and he's going to have himself a second RBI hit in this one. This one an RBI single by Taylor Gill. The score now 2-0 for the Orem Tigers. Hermanson making his way to third base, and Kimmel scoring on yet another RBI hit by Taylor Gill. Brings Sawyer Slade back up to the plate for the Orem Tigers. 0 for 1 on the day. A ground out to third in his first at bat. Still no outs here in the bottom half of the third. 3 straight hits for the Tigers. They're going to go home with it, and they are going to get him out at home. A nice play at third base by Zach Johnson. Tag applied by Mooseman, able to cut down that lead runner. Big play for the Golden Eagles defense, throwing out Dane Hermanson at the plate. Gill moves over to second base, and Slade at first on the fielder's choice. There's a discussion at the plate between the coach and the umpire, obviously feeling like his guy was safe. So a little heated about the score here again, 2-0. So 2 big hits so far in this game by Taylor Gill, an RBI double in the first, an RBI single in the third. Tigers hoping for another run there as the ump does dust off the plate, which has seen its amount of dirt today, as pretty much everyone in the audience has seen their fair amount of dirt today. It has been so windy here. Everyone feels like they're just covered in grit. But fair enough to go ahead and dust off the plate. Make sure you got that nice bright white plate sticking out to you so we can see it more clearly. Big swing and a miss from Trey Wilson. Wilson on the day, 0 for 1. Flew out to right field in his first at bat. A pretty common trend for everybody today with the wind as strong as it is. A little foul tip there. Moves the count to 0-2. So again, last game of this tournament for the Golden Eagles, 1-2 so far in the tournament, hoping to get the win here and move to 500 in their games here in St. George and bump their record to 4-3. Mason Green trying to lead the way and get out of this inning, and that would have helped them out a long way. Instead, it goes out into the outfield. Be a throwing error by Wally Averett. So Trey Wilson will get himself on at first on the throwing error by Trey Wilson. Sawyer Slade moves over to second base. And now up for the Tigers is Cohen Strickland, who just took the first strike of the at-bat. Big swing and a miss, so early hole here for Strickland, 0-2. So the score 3-0 here on the reached on error there by Wilson. Gill scoring on the play. Green going to throw it over to second base, just a bit short on the timing there. Keeping Slade honest over there at second base. Count is 1-2 to Cohen Strickland. Hayden Hickson due up next for the Orem Tigers. Just getting a piece of that one, and that's pretty close to being able to stay fair. But he does keep himself alive in this at-bat at 1-2. Again, we will be back down here in St. George next weekend for the Red Rock Classic, hosted over at Dixie High School this year. Strike 3 to Cohen Strickland. Third strikeout of the day here for Mason Green. And there are now 2 outs here in the bottom half of the third. Hayden Hickson up for the Tigers, and he will take strike 1. Spanish Fork Dons will be playing in the Red Rock Classic. They are a staple in that tournament pretty much every year. It's always fun to be down here, usually twice a year in St. George, to cover some tournaments, and occasionally 3 times when state is down here. Big swing and a miss there from Hickson. Count now 1-2. Green a strike away from getting out of the inning. RBI single by Taylor Gill, and a reached on error that created the second run as Hickson goes down on strikes to end the third inning. Again, the score 3-0. Orem extending their lead here in the third. We'll get you the fourth inning when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport: paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
We are through 3 here in beautiful St. George, Utah, as part of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open. Last game of the tournament and of the day for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. They are up against the Orem Tigers. The score 3-0. 2 more runs coming across in the bottom half of the third for the Tigers. Another RBI hit for Taylor Gill, an RBI single, and they're able to cash in on a throwing error by Wally Averett for that second run. Rocket over to third base. They will send the throw over, and it is going to take him off the bag, but he does try to apply the tag. They are going to say that he is safe, and coach is coming out again. As those are 2 questionable calls given over towards the Golden Eagles' way. So Crandall will be safe. Little Dyke following up. Josh Crandall, who reaches on the throwing error by the shortstop. Little Dyke Johnson and Horsley due up here for the Golden Eagles. Again, the score 3-0, needing a rally here potentially in the fourth to get things going. Little Dyke sends it high in the air out into right field, tracking it down and making a nice play. That will be the first out here in the top half of the fourth. Coming up, Zach Johnson for the Golden Eagles, the lone hit of the ball game so far for Maple Mountain. A double in the second inning. Was left stranded on third. Best opportunity of the day for the Golden Eagles to score was in that second inning. As otherwise, it has been a really brilliant pitching performance from Clayton Burke. And we now get a nice shot of. It is a 1-0 count here to Zach Johnson. That one gonna just miss for ball 2. So Josh Crandall on first base after the throwing error. And that one gonna be off his bat, ducks down, and it hits his bat. That one an unfortunate break for Zach Johnson as the count moves to 2-1 on the accidental foul ball. Certainly not trying to do that. Burke throws it over, keeping Crandall honest over there at first base. So one out here in the top half of the fourth inning. The score 3-0. Tigers over the Golden Eagles. Soft roller just beyond the Maple Mountain dugout, hitting the tarp over there. Count evens up at 2-2. Horsley and Averett due up next for Maple Mountain. That one in the dirt. Pops up and keeps Crandall over at first base. The count does move to full now on Zach Johnson. Would love a repeat of his first at bat. Again, the lone hit here for the Golden Eagles today. Had a double. Found a gap out there in right center. Instead, he sends this one to second base. Double play opportunity. Unable to dig it up over there at first base, though they do cut down Crandall over at second. So Johnson reaches first base on the fielder's choice. And there are now 2 outs here in the fourth inning. Benji Horsley digging in now for Maple Mountain. Burke continuing to be dominant on the mound here for the Tigers as Horsley swings through that one. Gets a piece for strike 1. That one just missing, even up count at 1-1. Horsley grounded out to second in his first at-bat in the second inning. Hoping for better results here in at-bat number 2. He will swing and miss at the off-speed offering that just fell off the table. Dove into the dirt for strike 2. So 1-2 offering here to Horsley. That's going to be a soft roller over to second base. Does he beat it out? He does not. And that is going to end the top of the fourth inning. Another clean inning here for Clayton Burke, just cruising right along in this ball game. Heads us over to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Sorry about that, folks. We apologize for the technical difficulties. And with all the weather issues here, I'm not completely shocked. It's been a rough outing here in that sense. So currently seeing our sponsor screen again, the car guys of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, Lance Wilson, State Farm, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, 2 Jacks Pizza, the Driggs Mortgage Team, McKell, Thompson, Hunter, attorneys at law. As that one is going to be a strike to Tanner Finch. The count is 1-1. Jumping you into the bottom half of the 4th inning here, that one fouled away by Tanner Finch. The count moving to 1-2. Mason Green getting the strikeout of Caden Harding to start things off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. This one a slow dribbler just beyond the glove of Green. It will get over to Averett, who makes the throw to first, and that will be the 2nd out of the inning. Nice play there by Averett, showing off that arm strength. And we'll be back to the top of the order with Luke Kimmel. I have been told by our producer Pete that there was a power issue. But we are back and we are live once again on Spanish Fork 17. Again, we've got 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th. The score is 3-0. Orem Tigers over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. The count is now 1-1 to Luke Kimmel. Kimmel on the day, 2 for 2, a single and a double. This one out in the outfield, giving chase and diving for it, but unable to come up with it was Cole Rollins. They do make the throw over to second, and he is gonna be safe. Great hit there by Luke Kimmel, 3 for 3 in this ball game already. 2 singles and a double. Has scored 2 of the 3 Tigers runs in this ball game. So runners on first and second. Oh, my apologies. That's actually another double there for Luke Kimmel.
Let's go. Be aggressive up there. Let's go, bud.
So it's actually a single and 2 doubles for Luke Kimmel. That one fouled away by Dane Hermanson. Moves the count now on him to 0-2. 1-2 on the ball game. Dane Hermanson had a single in the 3rd inning. Flew out to right field in his first at bat. That one gonna just miss for ball 1. Again, beautiful blustery day down here in St. George. Winds have been 20-30 miles an hour, but the sun has been shining for most of the day. As there's another strikeout for Mason Green, and that is going to end the 4th inning, able to put up a 0 on the scoreboard. The score still 3-0 through 4. We'll get you the 5th inning when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson, and Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
I definitely recommend the Driggs team. They're amazing.
Hi, I'm Greg with the Driggs Mortgage Team, where we believe there's no substitute for experience. Stop by our office today on Main Street and let us help you get into your brand new home.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. We are now in the 5th inning of this matchup between the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Orem Tigers. A fly ball out to center field by Wally Averett. It is brought in, and that will be the first out of the 5th inning. Quick work being done here once again by Clayton Burke. Burke been very impressive today here for the Orem Tigers. 2 strikeouts, only the 1 walk and 1 hit allowed so far. Definitely doing his job to get a final victory here for the Orem Tigers. Of course, I say final, and then they're actually playing in a game later tonight. Second hit of the ball game here for the Golden Eagles. This one off the bat of Toby Studdert. So 1 out single here in the top half of the 5th inning for Toby Studdert, the second baseman for the Golden Eagles. Hoping to get this offense finally rolling here against Clayton Burke. Brings up Mason Green. Green in his first at bat popped up to the shortstop. Certainly hoping for a different result than that here in at bat number 2. Holds off for ball 1. Green's effort on the mound has been pretty good here for the Golden Eagles. Again, the score here 3-0. A couple big RBI hits thus far for Taylor Gill and a run scoring on a throwing error. Another view of Clayton Burke, who really has just been really good on the mound, done a good job of mixing in those secondary pitches and finding both parts of the plate here in this one, as the count is now 3-0 to the Golden Eagles pitcher. Nice patient approach here from Mason Green. Definitely needing any and all base runners that they can get today, as that is going to be a walk. Even the hitters are confused with some of these calls from the home plate umpire. I've had a couple times where I thought someone got a walk and they struck out, and this time it's a guy that it looks like he struck out and it ended up being a walk. So just all sorts of confusing. There is a speed up runner coming in for Mason Green. Obviously with pitching duties today, don't necessarily want him running the base. Past that is number 19, Mike Bennett. So a little explanation on what happened there in the 4th inning. I've been told by our producer that there was a slight power outage over here kind of on our end. It sounds like y'all saw video but did not hear any audio from us. So we were able to get that resolved, and we will do our best to keep us on the air and enjoy this beautiful ball game that we've got going on here. Again, it's the Golden Eagles against the Tigers. 3-0 here in the top half of the 5th. 1 out. Golden Eagles with an opportunity here with runners on first and second. It is once again the top of the order for the Golden Eagles with Cole Rollins. That one is in there for ball 1. That one in there for strike 1. So Studdert leading things off with 1 out with a single. A walk gotten by Mason Green. Cole Rollins now up, and the count is 1-2 after that foul ball. Jackson Hollingshouse and Josh Crandall to follow in the Golden Eagles lineup. Definitely needing something here from Rollins. Be outside, evening up the count at 2-2. That one going to miss, so it'll now be a full count to Cole Rollins. Hope it has been a fantastic weekend for you, hopefully as fantastic as it's been for us down here in St. George calling these games. Another walk. This one to Cole Rollins, and it's going to load the bases up for the Golden Eagles. Stoddert over to third base, Bennett over to second. Cole Rollins now at first after the 1 out walk. So 3 straight reach base here for the Golden Eagles. At a very big moment in this ball game right here with Jackson Hollingshouse at the plate. He will slap it over to the shortstop, who makes the play over to first. And that is going to be the end of the top half of the 5th inning. Orem Tigers are able to get out of the bases loaded jam. Clayton Burke still dealing for the Tigers. The score still sitting at 3-0 as we move over to the bottom half of the 5th inning. And it gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17 that make these broadcasts possible. That is MVP Sports, Lance Wilson State Farm, Two Jacks Pizza, the car guys at the Blue Diamond Auto Group, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, McKell, Thompson, and Hunter, attorneys at law, and the Driggs Mortgage Team. So Jackson Hollingshouse unable to come through in that bases loaded situation, leaving 3 runners stranded. The best opportunity of the day so far for the Golden Eagles to scratch a run across, and unable to do so. Mason Green will make his way back out onto the mound for Maple Mountain. A solid effort on the mound from him today. Still keeping this a pretty close ball game. If the bats were to wake up here for the Golden Eagles, they would find themselves really in good position to potentially steal this ball game away from the Tigers. So 2 hits and 3 walks allowed thus far on the other end of things for Clayton Burke through 5 innings. Up once again is Taylor Gill for the Tigers, 2 for 2 on the ballgame. 2 RBI hits for him, an RBI double in the first and an RBI single in the 3rd inning. The count is 1-1 to the shortstop for the Tigers. The pitch from Green, be a bit inside. Count moving now to 2-1. Another one that is going to miss inside. That one high and tight. Count now 3-1 to Taylor Gill. Sawyer Slade and Trey Wilson due up next here in the 5th inning for the Orem Tigers. And he is going to take his base. Nice patient at bat there from Taylor Gill, who stays perfect so far in this ball game with the 2 hits and the walk. Brings up Sawyer Slade. Slade 0 for 2 on the ball game. Does have a fielder's choice that did score a run. Oh, my apologies. That one did not score the run. It would be the error that happened in the next at bat to Wilson that ends up actually being the technical run batted in. So 0 for 2. It was a ground out in the first and a ground out in the 3rd. Count here now early 0-2. Upstairs. Count 1-2. Little soft toss over there to first base. Nothing doing. Again, it's Sawyer Slade up here for the Tigers. Popped foul. Staying alive at 1-2. Of course, our crew here at Spanish Fork 17 will be back down in St. George next weekend for the Red Rock Classic, which the Spanish Fork Dons are part of. Gill on the run. He will be brought back after the pop-up to the shortstop. Averett making the play. So first out of the bottom half of the 5th, a pop-up to shortstop by Sawyer Slade. Taylor Gill will stay over there at first. Brings up Trey Wilson for the Tigers. 0 for 2 on the game, flew out to right in the second inning. Then grounded to the shortstop, but a throwing error by Averett that led to the third run for the Orem Tigers. Green hoping to continue his start here and get through these 5 innings. Open things up a bit for Coach Miner, as Gill is able to advance. They thought they were going to be able to catch him in a pickle. Instead, he finds his way over to second base. Read that one very well. So Wilson now up with 1 out and a man in scoring position and a very favorable hitter's count here at 2-0. Takes a big swing and a miss at that pitch. Count now 2-1. Fly ball heading towards right field once again. And Little Dyke able to corral that one in. He will jog it in and get it into the infield. 2 outs now in the bottom half of the 5th after the fly out to right by Trey Wilson. Tanner Gill still sitting over there at second base. And Cohen Strickland coming up to the plate for the Tigers. Strickland 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts on the game. Mason Green thus far has his number. That one is upstairs for ball 1. Hayden Hickson due up next should it get to that point. That one gonna be low, trying to work that high-low game, but just missing on both accounts. The count 2-0. That one gonna miss upstairs as well. Just needing to find some nice middle ground here. Count 3-0. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Runner on second. Taking all the way. It gets in there for strike 1. So 2 big hits in this ball game for Taylor Gill, the catalyst for these Orem Tigers. RBI double, RBI single. Scored on a throwing error as well. And the Golden Eagles offense just not rolling quite yet as Cohen Strickland takes the walk. So will now be runners on first and second for Hayden Hickson, designated hitter. 0 for 1 on the ball game, walked in the second and struck out in the third. Three walks issued on the game now for Mason Green. He's also allowed 6 hits. A lot of traffic in this ball game for Mason Green. They are rather fortunate that they've been able to strand a lot of runners in this ball game. And they've been able to keep this one close enough that should the Golden Eagles get their offense rolling here in the next 2 innings, really do have a very solid chance of stealing the ball game here and getting themselves to 500 here in this Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open. That one in there for strike 1. That is not Hayden Hickson. They did bring in a pinch hitter for him. That a big swing and a miss, 0-2 count. Hitting for Hayden Hickson is Coleman Finch. And he will go down on strikes. Another strikeout for Mason Green, his 4th of the day. So another goose egg on the scoreboard for Maple Mountain. The score 3-0 as we head over to the 6th inning here on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. It is the 6th inning of this matchup between the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Orem Tigers as part of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open down here in St. George, Utah on the campus of Desert Hills High School. The score 3-0. A pitcher's duel pretty much here at Desert Hills High School. A nice matchup between Mason Green and Clayton Burke. Clayton Burke thus far having the upper hand on Green, still pitching a shutout through 5 innings, has allowed 3 walks and 2 hits, does have 2 strikeouts. Has done a very good job of holding this rather dangerous Maple Mountain lineup at bay. They just put up 14 runs in the earlier game against the Cedar Reds, and Burke has absolutely silenced them in this game. The count 1-0 to Josh Crandall, moves now to 2-0. Heart of the order here for the Golden Eagles, 3, 4, 5, Crandall, Little Dyke, and Johnson. The count is now 2-1 to Crandall. Another foul ball there, evening the count at 2-2. Crandall 0 for 2 on the ball game. Struck out in his first at bat and grounded to short in a throwing error. A little bit of controversy on that one as Tigers thought that he was out on that play. But ended up being no harm, no foul as he was left stranded there. So he holds up and takes the walk. Very good approach there by Josh Crandall. Gets himself on base. Gets applause from first base coach and brings up Cooper Littledyke, who has flied out to right in both of his at-bats thus far in this game. First one in the second one in the 4th, and up again here in the 6th inning. That one fouled away. So count now 0-1 to Littledyke. So second to last game of this tournament. That one going to be fouled away. Nice little catch there in the on-deck circle by Johnson. Does not count as an out. Sorry, Orem fans. So the count 0-2 here to Littledyke. This one, Maple Mountain against Orem. The last game of this tournament will be Orem versus the host Desert Hills. A shot out to center field there by Littledyke. It will be down for a single. So another opportunity here as the Golden Eagles start this thing off with 2 straight guys to get on base. So runners on first and second. Crandall at second, Littledyke at first. Brings up Zach Johnson. 1 for 2 in this ball game. Had a double in the 2nd inning. Just 3 hits on this ball game for the Golden Eagles. Also 4 walks. Johnson lays down the bunt, and it is going to be just foul. So 0-1 count after the attempted late bunt there by Zach Johnson, hoping to play a little small ball here in the 6th inning. Runs obviously at a premium here, needing to get 3 runs to tie this ball game up. So anything to get those 2 guys into scoring position is probably a good idea. Lays down another bunt. This one a much better one right down that third base line. And Nice job there by Crandall to get on his horse. They thought about throwing it over to third, would not have been there on time. So now the bases are loaded on the infield single by Zach Johnson. A couple of beautiful bunts in this ball game. Another one earlier for the Orem Tigers. Hermanson laid down a beauty as well. So there is a conversation on the mound. 2 straight innings of potential trouble for Clayton Burke. Still a very impressive outing for him. Still pitching the shutout here. Has allowed 4 walks and 4 hits. Just wanted to make sure he is doing okay. See if they need to go to the bullpen. They do not as of yet. So it'll be a bases loaded opportunity for the left fielder for the Golden Eagles. Benji Horsley has grounded out to second base in both of his at-bats so far. This one going to be fouled away. So another bases loaded opportunity here for the Golden Eagles. And we are now sitting at strike 2 for Benji Horsley. Big swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout of the game for Clayton Burke. Now 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. That's going to be a strike to Wally Averett. Averett with some hard contact in this ball game, but 0 for 2. They're gonna call a balk here on Clayton Burke, and that's going to be the first run of the ball game for Maple Mountain, coming in a rather unconventional way. And yet another discussion between coach and umpire. It has been a rough day in terms of calls for the Orem Tigers. This one, the 3rd call that coach has come out for, and it's been a questionable one as he trots on back. There was a play over at first that thought they had gotten Josh Crandall and they called him safe. Another one, a play at the plate for the Tigers where there was a Tiger that was called out that many here in the stands thought was safe. So yeah, just kind of an odd game here in terms of the calls for the Orem Tigers if you're looking at it that way. But for the Golden Eagles, it is a blessing for them as Crandall scores the first run of the ball game here for the Golden Eagles, as Johnston and Little Dyke move over to 2nd and 3rd. And Wally Averett still up here for the Golden Eagles. It's an 0-1 count. We are in the top half of the 6th inning. 3-1 ball game. Averett with a excellent RBI opportunity with the base hit here, could potentially tie this ball game up. And potentially spoil a very good pitching performance here by Clayton Burke. That one gonna miss. Count is even at 1-1. Big swing, big miss there by Averett. So 1-2 to Averett. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch by Burke upstairs and swung on through by Averett. 2 straight strikeouts for Clayton Burke, his 4th on the day. Coming in a very key situation here in the 6th inning. Needing 1 more out to get out of this jam. It is Toby Studdert coming up, who had a Single in his last at bat, fouls that one towards his own dugout. Single in the 5th and a strikeout in the 3rd, so 1 for 2 on the ball game is Studdert. He'll take that one upstairs for ball 1. Johnson sitting at second base. Little Dyke over there at 3rd. Massive turning point here for the Golden Eagles should Studdert get a base hit. 2-1 count now to the Golden Eagles second baseman. Make it 3-1. Nice patient approach from Studdert. Probably the biggest moment of this ball game. 3-1 pitch. He takes the walk. Toby Studdert loads the bases up here with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Once again, bases loaded situation. Now brings up the number 9 hitter, Mason Green. A very big situation here for the Golden Eagles. Green 0 for 1 on the ball game. Did take a walk. This one slapped towards second base, and that will get the Orem Tigers out of that bases loaded jam. The second bases loaded jam in this ball game for Clayton Burke. Did balk in a run, but is able to keep it on lockdown. So the score 3-1 after the top half of the 6th inning. We'll head on over to the bottom half of the inning, and it gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17 for making these broadcasts possible. That's the car guys at the Blue Diamond Auto Group, MVP Sports, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, the Driggs Mortgage Team, Mikkel Thompson Hunter Attorneys at Law, and 2 Jacks Pizza. The Golden Eagles once again threatened and had a real good opportunity to finally get the offense going. They do get a run across on the balk by Clayton Burke. And they load the bases back up once again after that, but just couldn't get any more runs across. Had the bases loaded in the 5th inning as well and weren't able to cash in. It just has been a frustrating day on offense for the Golden Eagles, and Mason Green doing everything he can to keep this ball game close. He has been solid through 5 innings, allowed 6 hits, 3 walks, has struck out 6, and has allowed the 3 runs, 2 of them being earned. This one been a real good ball game, a fun one for the finale here for the Golden Eagles here at the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open.
Yeah.
It has been a fun day down here in St. George getting this tournament all wrapped up. Speaking of tournaments, the NCAA tournament is going on right now, and guess who is sitting in the 99th percentile of all brackets? This guy right here. Not that guy over there who just got himself a oh, they are saying that it ended up being foul. They were hoping that that one was going to stay fair. But yes, my bracket currently is in the 99th percentile. I've picked a couple of the upsets, Oregon State kind of being the big one that I'm like patting myself on the back for getting. But just like the rest of you, I did pick Ohio State. So, I mean, I'm not like Nostradamus or anything, but still feeling pretty good about my bracket. I hope that yours hasn't been completely busted at this point. So we're now looking at an 0-2 count here to Caden Harding. It'll be Harding, Finch, and Kimmel. That one is snagged by Wally Averett. The line out to shortstop by Caden Harding, the first out of the 6th inning. Brings up the number 9 hitter Tanner Finch, 0 for 2 on the ball game. A ground out to short in his last at bat in the 4th, and he struck out in the 2nd inning. Big swing there, and it will miss for strike 1. Mason Green still dealing here for the Golden Eagles. Slaps that one over to second base. Nice play. And that is going to be out number 2. Mason Green staying strong here through 5 2/3, giving Coach Miner some very quality innings here in this last game of the tournament. Back up to the top of the order for the Orem Tigers, it would be Luke Kimmel, who has been perfect on the day. 3 for 3 in this ball game, a single and a pair of doubles. Has really seen the ball very well out of Mason Green's hand. Count evens up here at 1-1. Kimmel has accounted for 2 of the 3 runs that Orem has scored. Cuts on that one and misses for strike 2. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Mason Green keeping it nice and close for the Golden Eagles against the Tigers. The score 3-1. Hoping to get them out of this one. As Kimmel goes down to his knees on that swing, but does get a piece of it. Fouls it off. Stays alive here at 1-2. Tigers will be playing immediately again after this one. They will be playing the host team Desert Hills in the last game of this tournament. Again, a fun one for all involved. Always a shame to see these eventually wrap up as that one is fouled away. We are, of course, excited to be back here starting on Friday. The Spanish Fork Dons, part of the Red Rock Classic that will be played over at Dixie High. We will get you coverage of that one when those go live here this upcoming weekend, starting on Friday, and that is going to be strike 3. Big strikeout there for Mason Green to end the 6th inning. The score 3-1. Going to be big rally time here for Maple Mountain as we head to the 7th inning on Spanish Fork 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson, and Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
I definitely recommend the Driggs team. They're amazing.
Hi, I'm Greg with the Driggs Mortgage Team, where we believe there's no substitute for experience. Stop by our office today on Main Street and let us help you get into your brand new home.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
It is crunch time here on Spanish Fork 17. It's the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles up against the Orem Tigers as part of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open down here in St. George, Utah. We are now in the 7th inning, and the score 3-1. 2-run advantage here for the Tigers. Cole Rollins gives that one a ride, an absolute ride out into left field, and leads this thing off with a single. Cole Rollins starting the inning off right here for Maple Mountain, gets himself on base. Golden Eagles needing 2 runs here to tie this ball game up, 3 to take the lead and extend the game. Brings up number 2 hitter Jackson Hollinghouse, and he will take that for strike 1. Hollingshouse 0 for 3 on the ball game, a pop-up and a couple grounders out to the shortstop. That one grooved in for strike 2. As Clayton Burke is still on the bump here for the Orem Tigers, has pitched a phenomenal game. He's gotten himself out of a couple bases loaded jams in the past couple of innings, only allowing the 1 run, which came in on a balk call in the last inning. Count 1-2 to Hollingshouse. He holds up. Count now evens up here for him at 2-2. Again, Cole Rollins over at first after the leadoff single. Crandall and Little Dyke due up after Hollingshouse. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. And Rollins will race on over to second base and get himself in scoring position. So Hollingshouse now with a full count on him. Rollins now in scoring position. And here comes that full count pitch by Burke. It will be sent out into the outfield by Hollingshouse. And the play is made. Nifty play out there by Dane Hermanson in center field. That is going to be out number one here in the top half of the 7th inning. Beautiful defensive play by Dane Hermanson. Holds Cole Rollins over there at second base. Brings up Josh Crandall, who took a walk in his last at bat, reached on an error in the 4th inning and struck out in the 1st. High in the sky out to right field. He will make. There's going to be a discussion once again, as what I saw here, it looks like the ball was indeed dropped, but it is a did he have, I guess, possession of it before the ball was dropped. 4th time the coaches had to come out and discuss things with the umpire. It has been a long day for Orem's coach.
Come on, get the call right. Get it right.
So now it is discussion between the umpires as to what exactly just happened. And now Coach Minor coming out to that is not Coach Minor, that's still Orem's coaches. There's still more discussion. Been a very long day for Orem's coach. So 1 out here. They are going to rule that one a foul ball, as that would have been caught in foul territory. Instead it is dropped. So Rollins at second base.
That was his first pitch.
Yeah, there's some discussion with the board operators. Currently have it at 2 strikes. That was the first pitch of the at bat there to Josh Crandall. So the count should be 0-1. Again, almost feels like the catch rule in the NFL at this point, where it's like, did he have it long enough to have possession? Did he have time to make a football move, as you will? So like with the right fielder, did he have possession of it long enough for it to count as a catch before he ended up dropping it? And they, again, as I said, they ruled that one a foul ball. Crandall will dig back in. The count is 0-1. Rollins over at second base. Do or die time here for Maple Mountain. Only 2 outs left to try to get this ball game tied up. That will be in the dirt. Moves the count to 1-1. Definitely some exciting baseball here on Spanish Fork 17. Haven't had a ton of close games here in this tournament, so it's exciting to have one that's going right down to the wire. But it was also fun to have this morning's ball game where the Golden Eagles were able to blow out the Cedar Reds. Count moving to 1-2 to Crandall. Crandall watches that one, and it evens up the count at 2-2. That one real close. Coach out once again, trying to settle down Burke. Again, big situation here for the ball game. Josh Crandall 2-2 count. Swings and misses. They do apply the tag. That's going to be strikeout number 5 of the ball game for Clayton Burke, and he is 1 out away from the complete game and sending Maple Mountain home with a 1-3 record here in St. George. It'll be up to Cooper Littledyke to keep this game rolling. And they are going to go ahead and give Clayton Burke the hook here. So 6 2/3 innings for Clayton Burke, 5 strikeouts. Allowed 4. Four walks on the day, 5 hits, and the 1 run. So very, very solid outing for Clayton Burke. And the Orem Tigers are just 1 out away from getting the victory here and giving themselves some momentum going into their upcoming game here against Desert Hills to close off the tournament. Coming in now to pitch is Luke Kimmel. Coming in from right field. Hoping to close this game out for the Orem Tigers. He will be facing Cooper Littledyke, the cleanup hitter for the Golden Eagles. Cole Rollins is still going to be over there at second base. So a hit would most likely bring him in and bring the score to 3-2. Cooper Littledyke certainly one of the guys in this Golden Eagles lineup with the power to potentially hit a 2-run home run and tie this ball game up with 1 swing. As we see Kimmel finishing off his warm-up pitches and Littledyke striding over to the plate. Again, 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th inning. The Golden Eagles down to their last out. Littledyke needing to reach base to keep this game going. And it has been a dandy here on Spanish Fork 17. Littledyke will take that for strike 1. Cooper 1 for 3 in this ball game. Did have a single in his last at bat. Watches that one in there for strike 2. Maple Mountain down to their last strike now in this one. Kimmel with 2 straight strikes. And coming in relief of Clayton Burke. That one going to just miss. Count moves to 1-2. Littledyke needing to be smart here and shorten up his swing. Make sure to protect the plate. Here comes that 1-2 pitch. He will watch that one, and it evens the count at 2-2. So 2-2 count here to Littledyke. Rollins over there at second base. Big time do or die for the Golden Eagles. And that is going to be the end of the ball game. A strikeout of Cooper Littledyke, leaving Rollins there at second base. The Orem Tigers take this one 3-1. And we will get you a wrap up of this one when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
I definitely recommend the Driggs team. They're amazing.
Hi, I'm Greg with the Driggs Mortgage team, where we believe there's no substitute for experience. Stop by our office today on Main Street and let us help you get into your brand new home.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson, and Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. Let's put a cap on this ball game, the final one for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles at this Desert Hills A Trust Incorporated Open. The final score for this one, 3-1, the Orem Tigers taking down the Golden Eagles. A very impressive pitching performance from Clayton Burke, who almost ended up going the distance. They did pull him at 6 2/3, had 5 strikeouts, allowed 5 hits and 4 walks, and the 1 run coming in on a balk in the 6th inning. Was able to get out of a couple of bases loaded jams in the 5th and 6th inning. Luke Kimmel coming in for the save, getting the strikeout of Cooper Littledyke to end things here for the Golden Eagles. They will end up 1-3 on this St. George road trip, getting the 1 win against the Cedar Reds, losses to Desert Hills, Mountain Crest, and Orem. In this one, they will head back home with their heads held high as they did give a run for their money here against the Tigers. And the spearhead of that effort was our MVP Sports MVP of the game, Mason Green, who really did a good job on the mound here for the Golden Eagles. Had 7 strikeouts in his 6 innings of work, did allow 6 hits and 3 walks, 2 earned runs, 3 runs total. But really was very effective from the mound. I liked his pitch mix in this one. Was able to get a lot of swings and misses as accounted for with his 7 strikeouts, and really provided some great innings for the Golden Eagles at the end of this tournament. So our MVP Sports MVP of the game going to Mason Green. A kind of disappointing outing here in St. George for the Golden Eagles, but again, I think they did a very impressive job against some very good ball clubs. This Orem club going to do a lot of damage in Region 7 and going to be a key player in the state playoffs going forward as well. And losses to powerhouses Mountain Crest and Desert Hills, nothing to sniff at either. Again, they actually kept pretty close to Desert Hills as well, that score being 5-2. So Coach Miner has to be impressed with some of the things that have happened down here in St. George, and we'll take those going into region play. We will be back down here for the Red Rock Classic. We will be following the Spanish Fork Dons. Those games on Friday and Saturday. We'll get you those live on Spanish Fork 17 when they happen. But for tonight, that is a wrap up here for us, for our crew here at Spanish Fork 17. I'm Angelo Rose. It has been a blast to be down here in St. George. No matter how crazy the weather is, we're still going to make it happen. Hurricane winds, we are going to have baseball, and we are going to bring it to you on Spanish Fork 17. The end of this one, the Orem Tigers taking the win over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles 3-1. And we will catch you next time on Spanish Fork 17.